everybody, welcome back to my channel for another week here at Creators Call Shop. If this is your first time here, I appreciate you joining me. If you're returning, I appreciate you joining me. It's always nice to have everyone tune in with me every week. So today I just had something, it's just kind of a very quick informal video, nothing too fancy. I, however, wanted to just say a huge thank you to everyone who is responding to my announcement about cleaning out my shop. The response has just been tremendous so far, and the sale is going well, and I just want to thank you. I thought I would take a quick minute to show you some of the things that I have been adding to my shop since I decided to clean out everything. That has also encouraged me to go ahead and get listed some of the things that I just haven't gotten around to listing yet. And so you will notice that even just since last week, I've had more things out there. So go ahead and get yourself comfy and get your favorite drink and hurry right back. And then I will very quickly go through all of these things here and just kind of show you some more of the new things that I've been adding to my shop and just chat a little bit. Okay, I'll meet you right back here in just a minute. Yes, the response has been absolutely tremendous. I've just been blown away. Thank you, thank you. First, I want to say thank you to Pam and to Lala Gamma and who else? Perot. You said you were going to spread the news, and I'm sure more of you are as well. So thank you for that. I'm just delighted to see it all go. It's been really good. I have been busy, and I've been really glad that it happened, that I decided to hit July 1st as my start date, because I got the July 4th weekend to just kind of get acclimated, I guess you could say, and to kind of figure things out. So what happened was I started getting orders just right off the bat, but I had several things listed in my shop earlier. I had them listed to ship as media mail, which is a very affordable way of shipping things, but the post office is super specific about what you can ship, and you can only ship music, books, CDs, VHS, film. I can't remember if photographs are included in that, but anyhow, it's a very specific mail service, and it's very restricted. So because I had had some hymnals and things in there, I had a few things marked to send that way because books are heavy. Well, what happened was when people started putting things in their carts and were trying to put music and media mail things that I had set to send media mail with other things that could just go regular priority, well, the Etsy system spazzed out and just was like, what? You can't do that. And so I started getting all these messages, and actually that was really good because it's helped me to kind of reconfigure my shipping settings, hopefully help all of you out. Yeah, so up until now, most of my orders have been small, and so if somebody ordered a book, they ordered just the book, and I could send that one way, or something small. But now, because of the sale, I'm getting bigger orders, so I'm relearning kind of the best and most effective methods to send things. So please be patient with me. I thank you, all of you who have been patient with me so far, and I'm glad I kind of got that holiday. I got a couple extra days in there where there was no mail service, so I could kind of figure things out. Yeah, so what happened was that I decided to add media mail as one of the options to my regular shipping setup. You can set up how you want your shipping profiles, is what they call them. And so my main one is just priority mail or standard mail rates, and up to 15.9 ounces you pay a very inexpensive rate, and then once it hits a pound, then it has to be sent priority mail, and then the rates start to go up. Well, the post office has recently readjusted all their rates, and from what I'm figuring out, west of the Rocky Mountains and basically Denver is one price, and east of Denver and the other half of the US is now another price. And it used to go kind of incrementally. So if I shipped to California, it was a little bit less, Colorado a little bit more, Chicago a little bit more, the East Coast a little bit more than that. But now it just seems like you have either the rates for the west half or the eastern half. Well, because I had added media mail then to that overall shipping profile and I opened it up to international, boy, you folks across the sea, I am just staggered by the prices here are bad enough, but just the shipping costs. So I don't know if being available to purchase from the sale is really going to be of any help to you, because good gravy, it's like $35 to ship to Germany and $45 to Australia. Oh my. So it's available if you want it and you find something that you would love to have, but boy, you are really paying through the nose, and I'm sorry. I mean, obviously I don't need to apologize. I'm not in charge of that, but I just feel for you, because I try to send as cheaply as I can, but there really isn't a good way to do that. I think you guys have we have the international standard up to 4 pounds or something is a little bit less, and then over that is a little bit more from what I could figure out. So back to the media mail story. Okay, so I added media mail as an option to my regular settings. Well, then what happened was it was allowing people to select that as a shipping option on checkout, but their orders didn't qualify as media mail items. So then I was having to pay extra money for the shipping. And after a couple times where I ate $6 in shipping, I was like, okay, we got to take that back off. So what that means is that on some of these heavier items, I put a message in the listing that says, if it's just by itself, contact me. We can set it up then just for you to ship media mail to save it. But if it's part of a larger order, I just can't do that. And I'm really sorry. It's just the way it is. And boy, the further away you are from Idaho, goodness gracious, like I said, basically everything east of Colorado is a big price. So I'm doing my best to kind of keep it down, but I have figured out now flat rate shipping box is more often than not the better option, but their sizes are limited, and so on the large it's not very deep, and so I get up to 20 pounds, but I don't have a lot of space to work with. So anyway, I just kind of take it all on a case-by-case basis, and now a couple times I've just had to ship in 2 shipments so that one got sent media mail and the other half got sent priority but weighed a lot less, so it was cheaper. So anyway, that's a long story, but thank you for sticking with me, those of you who have, and do really send me a message if you're looking at it in your cart and you're like, holy schmoly, that shipping is psycho. Tell me, because another thing that Etsy has been doing, Etsy system can't figure out that things can stack on top of each other in a box, and so it's charging for 2 boxes, which is ridiculous. So anyway, it's not very smart. So let's see. Another thing I wanted to mention too, as I was thinking about all of the way my shop is set up, I have it set up, if you go in there and you're purchasing, I now just have a statement on all of my listings that says no returns, no refunds, no exchanges. And I'm really sorry about that. Up until now, I've accepted, I kind of had like a no return policy because everything's a one-off. So I can't really exchange or return, but I might refund depending on the situation. Well, I had a sneaky customer a couple of months ago who saw that, and she literally figured out, she got the item. Apparently it wasn't, she didn't read the listing and didn't see what it actually was. So when she got it, she didn't want it. Well, she saw that I had a no returns policy and no refunds, and somehow she made her return label look like the post office had returned it back to me because of incorrect address. It had some lines blacked out, and I got it back, I mean, she never said anything, even when it got there. Like, I knew it had been delivered, and then all of a sudden out of the blue, it shows up back at my door, and it looked like incorrect address. I, without checking my own policies, this was my own fault, was like, oh, okay, I'll refund it. Well, she said you had it listed, that this item was one size, and I definitely hadn't listed that at all. And I said, well, I'm not sure why you thought that, but I'll go ahead and give you your money back. Well, then as I started to investigate, she had basically altered the address label to look like the post office had returned it, but it wasn't a postal error. Because I messaged her, I said, oh, it looks like your mail came back. She's like, yeah, I want a refund. That's not what you said it was. And I was like, oh, okay. Silly me. Didn't check my own policies. And I gave it back to her. And anyway, that being said, I need to remember my own policies. And finally, I just changed it to no returns, refunds, or exchanges, because I can remember that. And the lengths to which this woman went to just save like $3 is staggering, the level of deceit that was involved in that transaction. And I was mad at her and mad at myself for not checking my policies, or I would have said too bad, so sad, and I wouldn't have refunded her anything because it wasn't listed incorrectly. It was fine, and she just didn't want it, and she found a sneaky way to get it back to me. So I'm sorry, rant over. So what have we got here? We've only got a few minutes left, and I want to show you some of the things I've been adding as well. You'll see them. So fundamentals of gardening. Yeah, I'm gonna just flip through these very quickly. I'm going to talk to you about our renovation that's going to be starting up here next week. So beginning next week, we're going to be starting the remodel, which is very exciting, but it's going to be extremely hectic. So that's why I thought, I just want to jump on here right now. I had a list, I still have a bunch of videos that are scheduled that I've pre-done to air during the busy time, but I wanted to for sure get on here and say thank you. So anyway, these are books that I have gone through my stash and decided, no, I don't really need or want those. I have plenty, and I was just trying to narrow everything down and be more concise about the types of materials that I want to use. It's kind of in this big reevaluation I'm doing, really define what style and what materials do I want to use as well in the products that I do create. Now these two, I found this one at a thrift shop, and it has really yummy recipes in it. It's not very big. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick, but the recipes and the pictures are pretty, and for some reason, in my mind, it just looks like it goes with this one. And this one is Duncan Hines Baking with Dash. You can see it's got some color here. I don't think the person ever actually used it because all the tabs are still here at the back. I think, what did I say this was from? I think the 70s. I've got to double check. 1982. Okay, so, but it's in beautiful shape. It's got a crease on the front cover and the back cover, but the pictures are lovely, and the recipes, they all look really good. I was going to use it to make a ring binder journal. Look at that. Those apricots make it look like eggs. So it's like a sunny side up cake. They're calling it apricot supreme. Anyway, I was going to use it to make a ring binder style journal. My daughter wants me to make her a heritage cookbook, so that's going to be a series coming up. We got the first episode filmed, and then I need to continue working on it. Ooh, I had these. That's yummy looking. I actually had this the other night. We went to a 4th of July party, and it was very simple, and it was really good, and I'm probably 5 pounds fatter because I ate a piece, but it's delicious. Okay, anyway, so this has a crease on the back, which, if you're altering, that's no big deal if you're altering it into a journal. But other than that, it's an excellent shape. So I'm selling these two as a pair because they kind of feel like they go together. Or if you just really love chocolate, do it. Do it. Make it happen. I have this is another binder. I was going through things, and I have 2. So I'm keeping one for me, and then this one is for you guys, whoever wants it. It's one of those where I think they just joined like a subscription club and got updated project cards every so often. So It's not what I would say complete, really, but it just depended on how many of the cards they got and, you know, how far they went with the subscription. It's going to weigh a little bit. So again, I'll just put it in a listing that if it's the only item ordered, I can send it media mail. But if it's not, I have to send it priority if it's in a box of stuff. So then this would need a flat rate box, a large one, because it won't fit in a medium at all. So it also has in the back has these cool little pockets, envelopes, and this is where they could stash the, I don't even know if I'm in frame, there we go. They could stash the patterns and things that came with it. So some of the pockets have little pieces cut out like this one, but there's 2 pockets in the back too. So just all kinds of possibilities if you're wanting to turn this into a journal. And this also had a few craft cards from some other system that they had incorporated. So it already kind of has a little bit of that junk journal feel because the pages are all different sizes. And then you get these really nice tabs too. So you can alter them, cover them up, do whatever. Isn't that cute? Yeah, but lots of possibilities with this one. So that one's going along those lines. I have a few more. There's Successful Gardening, this Light and Easy Cookbook, another Gardening Made Easy. Apparently these are produced by the same company, but they just look different. It just depended on the year. And then I have this one, the Name Brand Cookbook. This one is complete. And again, this one doesn't look like it was ever used. So buy the binder, use the recipes, use it as an actual cookbook. There's an option. Or not. This one is super heavy. If I remember right, it was like 4 pounds and some odd ounces. Let me double check. Yeah, it's about 4 pounds. I have it in the listing as 3 pounds, 2 ounces, but it feels heavier than that. So I need to go back and double check that weight, but it's heavy. Let's just say that. A 3 pound book actually weighs quite a bit. So, yeah. So here's some nice views of the pictures and the recipes, and it's brand new. I really honestly just bought it for the binder and to reuse the pages and reuse the tabs and things. So there's that one. These other 3 are incomplete. And I know they are missing some pages because I took them out to do other projects with them, but I'm going to go back and try to find the ones that I haven't used and stick them back in here because I've pretty much done with them what I want to do. But also the tabs. I always like the tabs that are always an option. And if you watched my video on how I did the ephemera binder, I basically used one like that to make the ephemera binder. So these are great for making your idea books or those kinds of things. Now this one still has the whole section on roses, and I like that it has the tabs across the top. Anyway, you got all these pretty pages with roses you can make all kinds of ephemera and journal pages out of, but it's got quite a lot of the pages in it still. And then these are the ones that fold out, so they are kind of a little bit thicker paper, but they make a nice base if you're wanting to do collage or what have you. You can make pockets, you can do collage over the top, you can do anything you want, and then the tabs would run across the top of your binder, of your journal, which is super cool. So I have these listed as being incomplete binders, but that's why. If you're buying it for the reference, you're going to be disappointed. But if you're buying it for the binder and just to help a girl out, then help a shop owner out, then it's going to be great for you. And you know, just get it in conjunction with a kit or something, and we'll mail it all at one low price in a flat rate box. This one, I really like the blue tabs on this one, and again, it's just a really nice size for making a binder style journal. I had also gone through at one point because I prepped this one for another journal, and so I had added some recipes from a different binder. So you will find that in there. And I was keeping the pastel colors, so all the pictures just kind of have pastel colors to them. So if you want to get it and keep make a pastel colored binder, you've got half your work cut out for you. It is dirty, it needs a bath, but I'm not going to do that because I would have done it if I'd turned it into a journal, but I'm not going to worry about it just to resell it. So there's those. Some more things I've got. Let me talk about this one real quick because I see that this one is in somebody's cart already. And so by the time this airs tomorrow, I don't know if it'll be there or not still. I called it my Alice in Wonderland bundle because you know what? I'm just not going to do an Alice in Wonderland journal. Whoops, here. Let me start here. So here's the pictures with Alice. Really cute. It's a children's book from the 50s. It's a hardbound. It's got some wear on the corners, but what's cool is when you turn it over, it's Peter Pan on the back side. So you're actually getting 2 stories in one. And so you could also do a Peter Pan journal if you wanted, but I'm calling it the Alice bundle because then it also has this paperback that comes with it, and this has the classic illustrations in it. You can cut those out to make ephemera and decorate your pages and things. I was going to say, Catherine at SunnysideJournals has a really awesome video out that she put out a few months ago. I think it was last fall, on her 10 favorite kinds of books that she thinks are essential for journaling, for making journals. And she talks about these kinds, the mass market paperbacks, children's classics, because you can decorate pages and cut out illustrations in them. And I will try to remember to link that down below. But if not, go to SunnysideJournals, her channel, and look up best books for journals or top 10 books for journals or something like that. And so I was kind of culling my stash based off of that video. And then Joie just recently did another one that she's kind of doing a similar series. I have these lovely books that I found these at a library sale quite some time ago, and I am clearing them from my stash because I have some I'm keeping for me. They have brittle spines, as you can see. This one broke off. This one has got the piece. This is Rebecca, so take a minute and read the novel before you tear it up into an altered book or use the pages or whatever. But this is The Robe, great classic story as well. But they have beautiful covers. Is really what I liked about them. Because if you're going to alter it or turn it into a journal, you're going to take the spine off anyway. So these have their own listing. This one's my favorite. And I had my little numbers on there so I could remember who's who. So I'll put these back on. But you have to just order by number. And there's those 3. And then I got a cookbook here, the classic Campbell's Cooking with Soup, that has all the cute pictures and illustrations. Depending on what you want to do with this one does have some grease marks, and they've leached onto the pages a little bit, but you can still use the pictures. You can still use the pages in backgrounds for collage or whatever. You can still use the covers as a journal. So yeah, see, well loved, well used, but lots of fun things in there anyway. And then the Campbell Soup Kit on the back. To make the best, begin with the best, then cook with extra care. So there's that one. And I decided I'm going to give up these 2 because I have some others in a similar vein, and these are the Woman Alive craft series. Actually, I was looking at them, and they were more than just crafts. There's all kinds of aspects of being female in the 70s and like self-care and health and things like that. So this one is more craft oriented. Very cool. Yeah, so later this week, you're going to see this on Wednesday, I'm going to finish out my week by packing up my kitchen, most of it. We're going to be cooking out on the patio and probably in the garage. So if you guys, it's going to feel like camping. So if you guys have any favorite recipes that you like that are simple and easy for outdoor cooking, I will have a Traeger. I have my toaster oven, which I can hook up anywhere. That's super easy. The refrigerator will get moved into the living room. And I have a fridge out in the garage, so that's not horrible. But what else? We're basically going to be living between our patio and the living room and the garage. My husband works in the upstairs section of our house, so he's going to be working upstairs. They're going to work in our master bath. So we'll still sleep in our bedroom at night, but we're gonna not have a bathroom probably for a couple of days either, because we're also doing the guest bath, and the guest bath is right outside his door and my studio here. So it won't affect me as much as him. It will affect the dog. The dog, pray for my doggy. She's gonna be going bonkers. I just learned that there are doggy anti-anxiety pills, so I'm gonna go stock up. I just found out about those for 4th of July. I didn't even know that was a thing, and they calmed her a little bit, but I want her knocked out if need be. So isn't this pretty? I stopped, I came back because that's just gorgeous. These two I'm selling as a pair in Grandma's Country Cooking. These are both by Ideals magazines. They have, you know, they have that look of an Ideals magazine and the pretty pictures and just kind of that homey, comfortable feeling. That looks really good. Yeah, we're going to be eating salads and sandwiches and probably a Costco chicken or two. Not going to be cooking anything fancy, I'll tell you that. So this one, I was going to mention on this pair, he's got some color and a little more use and love. You can tell that the recipes in this one were used a lot more because you're going to have things like this. But if you're using the pictures in your journal or you're covering the pages, probably shouldn't matter too much. Looks like whoever owned this before made a lot of cake. So those two are a pair. I have this one. I just flipped through that one, but it's really, really cute too. And then Reader's Digest. Let me grab those. Very quickly, I have a whole series of Reader's Digest books. I've got the numbers on the spine so I can remember, but they are listed already, and just pick the one you want. They're just very basic. The book blocks, the pretty illustrations. You can make altered books. You can make glue books. You can just take them apart and use just the cover as a separate kind of journal. This guy, he's coming apart a little bit right here on the front and right here. Great biographies, but again, if we're taking them apart, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of plain, but you know what? You could do all kinds of fun things with that and doctor him up. There's this one. This one has a little hole punched right there. I mean, these are old. They're from the, now I can't remember what age, what years, but basically 50s and 60s, I think. You can tell. This one has a dust jacket, so it will come with a dust jacket, but here's your cover, and again, it split right here because they are brittle. So I have a few that I've kept for me, but honestly, I had bought these to share with people. So by the time you apply your 50% discount, remember to use the discount code. But yeah, by the time you apply that, you'll get them at a decent price. And then again, if it's the only thing you're ordering, I can send it media mail. And if it's not, then it will get shipped with other things. If you order a lot of media mail, I may divide it into 2, but just message me first. You know, if you've got a lot of books and music, they weigh a lot, and I can ship those media mail, but not with other things like journal kits and that. So anyway, just if you're not sure, just send me a message, say, here's what I want, and then we can make it work for you. I am here for you. I've got your back. Okay, this one, I just like the simplicity of this, and also be really good for a masculine journal. I like the colors. And then these two are the same story. I called them 7 and 8 because they're the same book, essentially. I found it twice. This cover, and then they're not as thick, so they are a little bit less. In the listing, I think the bigger ones I listed as $6, and then these skinnier ones I listed as $5, and then, you know, just put on your discount code and they'll be half of that, but because these are smaller. But then when you look at the listing, it says $5, but you have to double check when you make your selection. It will show you the actual price of the book you're choosing. It's a little misleading when you look at the initial listing. So I didn't do that. That's just the way the system is set up. And then very quickly, I had a couple things I didn't know if people even care about. I have these little pair of mini photo albums. They still have the album pages in them, and I'd be happy to sell them as a pair if anyone's interested. And yeah, I have quite a number of these in my stash, but I like decorating them up, as you've seen. And so I just think they'd make really pretty, like little gardening journals, that kind of thing. They don't have to be a photo album, it's just a binder. So since I'm not going to be doing a mini binder like that anymore, I don't need these. I might have another one I throw in with that. I don't know. I have a third one. Then I have these. So I had found these last year, and I don't know if anyone's actually interested. I hadn't gotten to listing them on my Etsy shop, but I had listed them in my eBay. And I sold 2 or 3 last fall, but then I just let the listing run out because I didn't care. So sometimes it's just more work to list things over and over again, or to try to finagle so everybody, you know, so it looks like what you think people want. But these are all cross stitch patterns, and so I think they make great pages, you know, in your eclectic style journals, your homebodies, or homespun, or domestic arts, whatever you want to call it. But I think they make really cute pages. However, I think some of these were all just kind of together in a binder, and some of these I think were ones that people were looking for, that collectors like. So I found quite a few of this Nutcracker, what is it? Donna Gallagher's Creative Needle Arts. This Nutcracker with the little elves. They're based on a series of figurines. And now I can't remember who the figurines are. I had it all figured out last year. Anyway. But, oh, Hidden Kingdom. So, anyway, I'm not going to be asking a ton for these because, I don't know, maybe $3 a piece, so that when you get your discount, it's $1.50, but seems like these were the ones that people were more interested in. So yeah, if you guys are interested, I mean, I'm like, seriously, people need to just really say yes or no, because it's not worth it to me to list them. I can just recycle them. This one is only 1 page, and it's an American Eagle sampler. I found it out there, quite a few of them. So, and then I had this other cookbook. I wasn't quite sure if it's worth listing in there or not. The reason I picked it up at the thrift store is because I liked the pages. I like the pages for their categories. That's the artwork on them. And then this is a sample cookbook. If your group or organization was going to make a cookbook, this is the sample they send you to show you how all the different things look, and then you use it as kind of your format for setting up your own cookbook to, like, for fundraisers and things. So anyway, I've got plenty, and I'm not sure that I really need to keep this one, so I'm also not sure if anybody wants it, so it could end up going back to the thrift store. I don't know. So is that it? Is that what I got? That's everything, I think. So yeah, we're just gonna get this edited and get it up for tomorrow, because I did not want to skip a week and not say thank you. Again, just thank you so much. I mean, really, I'm so grateful for all of you who have ordered, and for those of you who are sharing the link and sharing the information. It's motivated me to get the rest of the stuff into my shop that I've just been poking around and not doing, and then get it out there into your hands, get it out of my house. Everybody gets a good deal. We're all happy, and we like it, because when Mama's happy, everybody's happy. So that's your quote. That's your thought for the day. And until next week, I want you all to be inspired, do something creative, and remember me over the next few weeks, as it's boiling hot here in Idaho, and we're sweating to death in the middle of a remodel, but at the end, we're going to have something we enjoy. All right. Remember, you can always catch me in my Etsy shop or here on YouTube, and just say hi. Bye-bye.